Aquaman, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the membership, what you're gonna get out of DeFi pays for itself, bro. Like this is like it should go unseen. You know what I mean? On your bank statement, like $28 a month is just beyond me with the amount of money that you can make immediately coming into DeFi if you know exactly what you're doing. And, you know, getting involved with our university, that's going to ramp people up quick, like super quick. They didn't have to go through the hours upon hours, thousands of hours that me and Cypress have done to really uncover this whole world and understand this world, right? Like you can get confused real quick, like real
Bro, you
quick.
can lose a
So
lot of money real quick. For real,
that too.
sending it to the wrong wallet or sending it on the wrong chain on accident. There's all kinds of shit.
Yeah, bro. So this university brings so much value, and just the value, man. The value that you're getting out of this, it's worth every penny. As a matter of fact, it should be. We should charge more. Like this is a steal. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion,
Yeah,
and
but you know
we
what?
got.
That's the whole point, bro. I think the whole point and what will really touch home with people is we're real entrepreneurs, real traders. You know, we're not dependent on individuals coming into this community. And I think that that'll really help individuals understand that this is not about money. This is about growth. This is about the experience. This is about building a team of committed individuals that are motivated to learn about these new technological innovations, because we're all in this together, bro. Like this is really crazy. The fact that people aren't even like really understanding what we're going through as a human civilization. This is the age of transformation. There's 500 million active users in crypto right now, give or take a couple million to the up and down side. But bro, like the networks and the communications and the things that you do now are going to be the things that matter 5-10 years from now as we head towards the 2030 agenda. Like the stuff that we're sharing, the stuff that Mr. Man is going to present today, like there's a certain onset of people that actually care about opening up documents and watching panel discussions and enlightening themselves further. And the individuals that aren't on that wave right now are choosing ignorance. Ignorance right now is not, it's a choice at this point. We live in an environment where artificial intelligence is readily available at our fingertips to break down on a college university level anything to us in a matter of seconds. So for anybody to neglect expanding their education on these subject matters at hand, it's ill will on your own behalf. You get what I'm saying? Like you're literally just digging your own grave if you're not reading stuff right now. If you're not, so anyways, let me close my window, Mr. Man. Take it away.
The way I see it, man, like when I was learning real estate, I was doing it all on my own. It took me 10 years to finally gain enough knowledge to begin to do anything. And then when I was ready, I got myself a mentor. My mentor cost me $150 an hour, but it took that 10 years and sped it up in a matter of like days. And I purchased my first and second house, got my third, got my eighth house now. Like in a matter of days, a mentor and just being a part of a university and a community such as this, a step like what can you can't ask for much more. $28 is next to nothing. Next to nothing. You know, that's a steal, legitimately a steal.
Literally,
I do want to
bro.
show you guys. I do want to show you guys this here now. I want to take you through as we're here talking about pure DeFi, and how the faster payments and the central banks are utilizing it. And this is what we need to tap into. I'm going to share my screen here.
Mr. Man about to cook right now.
Bro, you don't even know what he's been bro. Wow. Like when he just showed me this presentation, I'm like, dude, what in the heck? Like the fact that I'm part of this man's life and the fact that he's on the CYPRX research team and we collaborated over the past year and what we've been dabbling into, like, I don't think people understand truly that the researchers like myself or Mr. Aquaman or other in-depth researchers out there, like we're at the forefront of enlightening the world right now. Because even banks and institutions and large organizations, what phase are they in? They're in the education phase. Like they're still in the process of hiring people that are educated about this space so they themselves can get educated. So the stuff that we're digging up right now is like, think about it. This market is only 14, 15, 16 years max old, right? Still in its infancy stage. I've been an investor in this space for 7 years, going on 8 years now. That's crazy. You know, we're going to be the OGs in the next 5 to 10 years when a whole bunch of new people come into the space of us. Anyways, go ahead, Mr. Man.
All right. So what we're looking at here, this here, is essentially how the money moves through the blockchain from the central bank to the faster payment system. So we start here. This is the, let me go to the presentation mode here. This is legitimately the overview of the globes. I'm sure there's still more faster payment system. You got Payments Canada up here, FedNow system, you have Target 2, you have the Pay UK, New Development Bank, all the faster payment system, and each faster payment system is connected to a central bank, okay? So as we dive into it now, this is how that looks. In the Cosmos ecosystem, we have the hub here. The hubs are known as the faster payment systems. The zones are known as the central banks. So if you notice the central banks, you have Finastras, you have the R3s, and you have those interfaces which have the APIs and they can plug into those. For bridges, as we leave the hub, you have like the Coriums, you have the Sologenics, and then the Coriums, and then finally to the zone again. So as we move along, pardon me, you'll see the faster payment system here, the Do It Now and Interledger. So this is how this works. So you have Finastra there, which utilizes Fusion Total Messaging, which taps into RippleNet, and RippleNet allows that interoperability and seamless movement and continuity of money. They allow for treasury management on the back end there for security and to keep and calculate all the monies necessary. They have their cloud services, and their cloud services through Finastra for the central bank taps into what? Cosmos, the Cosmos ecosystem. Cosmos is known as the blockchain of blockchain, or the internet of blockchains, and that operates on hubs and zones. Here's the Cosmos ecosystem. The reason it's known as hubs and zones, or the internet of blockchains, because they allow those bridges, or they have about 265 bridges known as zones that can exist and extend from the Cosmos ecosystem, known as inter-blockchain communication, or IBC. This here is an example of a bridge. Axelar, we heard, was it last month that Axelar is going to be working with Ripple. They're working with Stellar. They have EVMs to a few different blockchains. Cosmos offers staking yield farming. So as the central bank is moving that CBDC along chain there, and they're paying that fee to burn that Cosmos token or whatever token it is that they're on in terms of bridging, they're also making money because those CBDCs are going to be utilized for staking and yield farming. When they head on from Cosmos ecosystem to the Corium ecosystem, because Corium connects XRPL and Atom, or the Cosmos, as a bridge. Corium also offers DeFi, so they're now making money on both chains already, immediately, just from securing a bit of money. Back in the day, they used to use Nostro Vostro, and banks' monies would be sitting there doing nothing, just collecting dust and spider webs. Now their money, should they choose to lock it up, will be used in liquidity pools, will be used in liquidity mining, will be used in yield farming, will be used in all types of things. So immediately these central banks are making themselves money as that CBDC moves down the value chain. They offer the smart contracts, they offer anything that's needed to allow that continuity of money. At the end, for interfacing here, we have Sologenic, because Sologenic is the interface for Corium to see what's happening at that point. Sologenic is a decentralized derivatives protocol, which offers livestock trading, ETFs, commodities, NFT, has 40,000 assets, 40,000 assets on the stock exchange already. They also offer their own DEX for trading, for ETFs, for NFTs, for all of that. So with NFTs too, people are making passive income from NFTs. I haven't looked into that yet, but they're making passive income on that as well. Guaranteed the banks are going to be involved in this as well.
100%, bro.
Selling
100%.
these contracts, guaranteed. So there's the marketplace right there. I'm not sure if you guys have this app at all, but I do. I've checked into it. You can also check out the pairs, the solo and Corium pair right in there, right on the main screen. As we continue on the back end, something has to come out. Another bridge has to come out to connect to that faster payment system. There's Corium again, right? Corium's a two-way bridge. Corium allows for the seamless movement of CBDCs, stable coins, the continuity of money, and anything else needed to operate within this, within compliance. Corium addresses ISO 20022 compliance. They are in there like swimwear, like you would not believe, man. Continuing on, Corium interconnects with Interledger. Why is this important? Because Interledger is allows for the packets of money or information to be created at that point. And what Interledger does is connects to the fast payment system now. So now we're at the back end, the deepest of deeps, if you say, in terms of puppetry. We're at the faster payment system. So Interledger allows for the continuity of money. Corium integrates with the Interledger ILP protocol to enable seamless cross-chain transfers and communication. Corium leverages ILP for this cross-ledger interoperability. Right there, there's the XRPL RippleNet information right there. Interledger protocol enables seamless integration with various payments network, including faster payment systems. Faster payment systems of fast payment. Like, it's just one giant line of blockchains that interconnect with each other. And within every stop, there's DeFi, there's money to be made. So if people are still in the old traditional world thinking where you make money, go to your 9-to-5 job, make money, throw it in your bank account, let it sit there and doing nothing, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money's power, essentially. These faster payment systems operate 24/7, 365. Here we go. And they offer end-to-end connectivity. So with that end-to-end connectivity, these guys are making money with your money to move money. So it's just money upon money upon money. And that's how that looks in the grand scheme of things. Everything I had just shown you. And what that is, again, is this here in a blockchain view. And what that is in our real world view, here's our real world view. That's what that looks like. I'm going to stop this now and jump back into the conversation with you.
Okay, so like there was a comment right now where Alex, he just said, should it be a good idea to get some Corium then? What we're attempting to show you right now is that these financial institutions are for a fact interested in decentralized finance. They're building out this new infrastructure in order for these financial institutions to participate in the new DeFi ecosystem that they're building currently behind the scenes. This is not a joke. This is not a scam. People need to wake up and they really need to understand. I'm going to present my screen to you all because I have a firm belief that they have manipulated the masses into thinking that the road to riches in the digital asset space is to cold storage your assets and hold on for the long term, when in reality, if you don't understand that your digital assets could be making revenue for you in the now, you're not on an institutional level, because these institutions understand that. And I've tried and attempted to prove this to you guys. They manipulated everybody in 2022, 2023 into believing, because of the shakeout that took place, the massive sell-off that happened in the digital asset ecosystem, that you need to go and be fearful and store your digital assets in cold storage and just let them collect dust. Why on earth would you want the transition from the old traditional system where you put your money in a bank account, it does nothing, doesn't collect any interest, doesn't earn any yield, and sits there and collects dust, and do the same thing with the digital assets that you're holding right now, waiting for some bull market cycle? If that's your strategy, you're not doing enough research. You are not doing enough research. I'm not saying that that's not a bad strategy. Again, diversification is key. Having two separate portfolios, a long-term bull run bag that you don't touch, that's sitting in your cold storage, that you do nothing with. You just keep stacking and accumulating. I'm not knocking that at all, because I myself am doing that. I have a multi-six-figure crypto portfolio where in my long-term bags, I have utility assets. I'm diversified into some meme coins, and those assets I'm going to continuously stack and never touch. But if you are not educating yourself on the DeFi space right now and building a DeFi portfolio, in my personal opinion, you are not doing your due diligence to take advantage of these opportunities. because these banks, these large organizations are telling you this. Let me show you. Let me show you just some examples. Okay. This is scratching. So Mr. Mann, again, CYPRX researchers here on the call with you guys, and we have many. We're global, right? We got individual researchers in Canada, United States, Mexico, Australia. All right. What we're attempting to show you guys here is that this stuff is all transparent. This new system in which we're operating in, people find it so hard to believe that the elites would tell us these things, that they would provide documentation that supports these ideologies. But the thing is that's exactly what they want you to think. The elites tell us these things so that way later on in life, it doesn't fall back on them. And we can't say, as the manual retail herd or just the average population, hey, y'all didn't tell us. Because they can fall back on all these documents and say, yeah, we did. We warned you that we were going to flip the switch, that this is a digital fourth industrial transformation, that this is an evolution, that these technological innovations, blockchain, distributed ledger, data analytics, artificial intelligence, it's all being integrated into every single thing that you all already do. You're just not going to know it. The normal average person doesn't give a F about how their transaction on their Visa debit card processes on the back end when they go pay for Starbucks, right? Same way that when this new crypto, blockchain, Web3 digital ecosystem is fully rolled out to reach its maximum potential, the normal person, the sheeple, is not going to understand or care how it works. As long as when they go to Starbucks and they swipe their Visa card, they don't care if it's on the blockchain as long as the transaction goes through. But we now have the power to understand the shift that's about to take place and the process in which that transaction is going to be processed. And it's going to happen on DLT. It's going to happen on blockchain. And if you're not educating yourself on that right now, again, ignorance in the age of information is a choice. It's a choice. Anybody that tells you DeFi or crypto is a scam has not done enough research. They've not watched enough panel discussions. They haven't read enough bank documents or sat on summits that are openly available or forums that are openly available if you go and you sign up for them. The research members, the team, we got an individual researcher in Australia who's been to like 20 different events last year and this year alone, signs up for summits, records all of the content, and shares it with the CYPRX community. The videos are getting 70 views, 100 views max. Let me show you one of them, okay? So check this out. This is just to support my ideology that they are completely distracting the masses, making everybody think that the best way to become financially fit in this digital asset landscape is to buy and hodl, okay? Check this out. So you guys can see my screen, right? Now, this is a video of a gentleman from Pantera Capital. I mentioned in this post what Pantera Capital is, what it is that they're aiming to do. And he goes on to mention, as an institution, how embedded they are and interested they are in decentralized finance. And what you have to understand is that we're in an age of digital transformation. So once one financial institution adopts these technologies and they're earning yield on their assets, or they're liquid staking, or they're providing liquidity, and they're earning APR and so on and so forth, every institution is going to have to follow and adopt, or they're going to fall behind. They're not going to be able to keep up or keep a competitive advantage against, right? Against their adversaries.
Facts.
And it's common sense, people. It's not me telling you that you should be interested in DeFi. It's individual asset managers of $5.2 billion in assets under management telling you all this. So if you're not going to listen, again, ignorance is a choice right now.
It is.
Here's another document. This is directly from the Bank of International Settlements, labeled BIS Working Paper, The Technology of Decentralized Finance, January 2023. So it's within the last year and a couple months, right? It's not outdated. Well, if you scroll right down here to page 4, what do they say? What do they literally say in one sentence? Okay. Look at this. It says, we consider DeFi a relevant development because it harnesses innovative technology that might shape the future financial ecosystem. This is coming from the BIS. Now, think about this. This is my last spiel, and I'll hand it over to Mr. Aquaman, see if he has some gems to drop for you guys today. But what happened in 2021, 2022, 2023 with the pullback? They manipulated everybody into believing, oh, I'm not going to lend out my assets. I can't believe, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody want to go provide their assets as liquidity to earn APR, right? You're lending your assets to a third party or whatever, okay? They manipulated everybody into believing that that is the case. Check this out. All right. So the Bank of International Settlements is telling you DeFi has the future potential to completely evolve the future financial landscape. But yet here they are sitting on a panel discussion with Sam Bankman-Fried in 2022, right before the collapse of FTX, talking about what? The foundational technology for the new financial system, right? Then FTX happened. And when FTX happened, everybody got fearful. So think about this. While the retail herd is getting shaken out, the market's in a decline. What happened over the past 2.5 years? Developments. The institutional infrastructure was being implemented behind the scenes, ongoing. If you watch panel discussions, financial institutions will tell you that they took advantage of the FTX collapse, that they still developed during the FTX collapse, during all of that traumatic experience that happened. They hired, they built the infrastructure, they researched DeFi, they hired people that research DeFi, they hire crypto. You got to understand the mentality that's happening right now. Okay. So if you're not involving yourself in not only crypto, but also in DeFi and expanding your knowledge and awareness on the opportunities that these digital assets provide us as manual retail investors to expand our wealth, why are you even here? You're just here. You're just here to hold long term. Okay. And then what? So what? Maybe you don't want to lend out your assets right now, but what's stopping you from getting educated now? So that way, when your price appreciation, whatever number that is for you, really happens, you're already educated on what to do with your assets. Because the people that want to go back to the traditional way of investing, that want to buy real estate, that want to own businesses, that's going to be so outdated in the next 5 to 10 years.
It really is.
The vast majority of people think that that's what they're going to do with their crypto wealth. And again, to each his own, but we're in a new, you get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making things clear anyways.
No, you are. I mean, the wise ones in this space now are aware of DeFi, and the wise ones, as they win in crypto through different bull markets and different, just runs for different projects, we're going to deploy that capital differently, as opposed to most of the masses are going to take that capital and they're going to go blow it on fancy things like cars, jewelry, houses and stuff. And then they're going to be out of money again. What we're teaching, what we're understanding is some futuristic type stuff. Like, I think this is just my strong opinion. I even shared this with Cypress when I first started becoming aware of DeFi, but I was like, yo, the way I run my business is going to be entirely different. The management of money flow, the way I run my business is going to be completely different now with this beautiful tool called DeFi that, like, you go on Shark Tank and you watch a few episodes, most of those people are running out of money and they are like begging for a shark to give them money so they don't run out and they can continue the run. Through the power of DeFi, you can take the capital, as opposed to deploying it on this, that, and this, and then paying for the bills through investment money. You can take that money, deploy it into DeFi properly, and create a cash flow to where now you have 4 to 5 years comfortably to really get after this business and not be put in a pinch. You know what I mean? And like, that's like on the big level, but like to everyone that's here, like, everybody here can use an additional $500 to $1,000 a month. Right now, you could do that in DeFi with your eyes closed, like when you know what you're doing, right? And that's why we rolled out this university, because we've done the homework, we've done the due diligence. It's when you have that all out of the way, you can ramp up and get involved fairly quickly. And if you can learn quickly, you'll understand DeFi, and you'll understand everything that we put into this university. Like the everything we're putting into this university is just straight gems. Like,
Here's the
I can't
thing.
wait. Well, go ahead.
I can't wait either. What I get a lot, and since I've kind of opened this aspect of CYPRX to the world, is I get a lot of skepticism, and it's super common to encounter skepticism, especially considering the fact that all of this is new. Crypto inherently within itself is new technology. And then you go and you add an additional layer on top of that, like DeFi. And naturally, as human beings, we have an inclination to shy away from things that we don't understand. People naturally fear that of which they do not know. And so we had FTX happen. Everybody got fearful. Protect my digital assets, go into cold storage, hold for the next bull market cycle. They shook everybody out of the mentality of what these digital assets are actually capable of. And so now that this is all resurfacing and we're on the precipice of experiencing another bull market cycle, everybody's so in the whole bear market mindset where they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lend out my assets because I'm going to lose them. But in reality, if you don't understand that that is an opportunity that you have, you don't understand the digital assets that you hold. Like
Exactly.
if like, for example, XRP holders, a lot of XRP holders are the ones that comment a lot talking about why would you lend out your XRP? First of all, one of the engineers on the XRP ledger, David Schwartz, literally at XRP Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, told the entire audience that that is one of the purposes of XRP and XRPL and AMMs and being a liquidity provider. Like that's what it's for. And what people don't understand is when you're providing liquidity, you're actually helping the development and the growth of this ecosystem. Another thing is for the skepticism and the skeptics out there, diversify, understand your risk. Like you don't have to, if you have a big fat bag of XRP, cool, hold on to that. You don't need to go and liquidate your entire portfolio to become a liquidity provider or get involved in DeFi. Start to slowly and smallly build another portfolio, assess your risk properly, understand that in crypto in general inherently involves risk. And so any money you're putting into this space, regardless if it's an XRP or any other digital assets out there, you should be willing to lose. Period. And if you don't accept that, why are you even here? You know? So I get all these like, oh, isn't there a risk of impermanent loss? Sure, but there's ways to counteract that. There's ways to mitigate that risk if you know what you're doing, which again, why we're creating the DeFi University. Remaining ignorant though on DeFi or talking down about it just shows lack of education on your behalf, because if you really understood DeFi, you wouldn't talk down about it. You would take advantage of it.
Honestly, it really is a lack of education, because when I first jumped into the space and I caught wind of what DeFi is or just the name itself, I was like, I'm not touching anything decentralized finance. I'm gonna get my crypto and I'm gonna just store it behind some secure wall with the hardware wallets offline. I'm not updating nothing, and that was legitimately my mindset. And then I started chatting with you and Aquaman, and you guys opened my world. And because of the knowledge you guys had opened my life to, I was able to make that connection. And when I made that connection, and from a regulatory standpoint and understanding, seeing how the faster payments and the central banks are capitalizing on this, like to me, there's not much thought beyond I need to be part of that. If they are doing this just to send money to one another, to clear, to send overseas or cross border, be a part of that. Like if they're doing that and there is a regulatory framework or guidance, at least I'm in. And I'm in. Like there's no question about it. So I'm not on the train that I need to hold everything because I'm fearful anymore. Like you were saying, Cypress, I have my bags packed, ready to go, but I'm also DCAing into newer projects and projects again, so I can now be a liquidity provider. I can now continue to learn. I can now make my money, actively make more money for me, as opposed to complaining that XRP is not doing something, whining, and bringing all the FUD into the community, bringing people down along with me, the whole crab in the bucket scenario there. It's not needed. We're here to lift each other up. So if you have a new way to help somebody make more money, and this isn't along the lines of your train of thought, by all means, close your ears and keep going. But if it's your train of thought and you want your money to make more money for you while you're sleeping in bed, by all means. If you want a better way of life, if you want the opportunity at least to blow your money on something, you don't have to go to work, spend the 9 to 5 doing that to save money, throw it in your bank account, and then just hope and pray that it goes up one day, or when you're 71 years old and retired, you can now tap into that. Have your money, make money for you so you don't have to work as hard. That's how I view it.
100%, bro.
Yeah. I think that people need to understand that in entrepreneurship and investing, naturally it requires risk taking. And a lot of people come into this space, they're not financially stable. They're worried about losing money and whatnot. And that's natural. I get that, but that's part of the game. Show me one multimillionaire or billionaire that's ever got to their riches or experienced life-changing wealth not taking risk. You can't. You won't come across one individual or that said there was never a point in time in their life where they branched out of their comfort zone, educated something that on uncharted waters, and took the leap of faith and got into it. Might have made a couple of mistakes along the way, which you will do, but that's part of the process. It's part of the learning curve. You have to have a teachability index. Again, ignorance right now in this age of information, I continue to say this is a choice. The fact that you don't even realistically speaking need college anymore, aside from the credentials that gives you with the degree and whatnot. But everything that a college can teach you right now, you can learn with artificial intelligence in a very compact amount of time compared to an exponential amount of time that the college would take you through, right? If that makes sense. Like you could learn something in like 3-4 months that you could learn in an entire college year with artificial intelligence right now. You know? Now you don't have the structure that a school gives you or a college gives you. You would have to structure that yourself. But I mean, still, bro, it's like, it's just crazy. You get, go ahead.
The way I look at it like this too. I mean, I'm a college dropout. I said that's not for me, and I've done very, very well for myself. But I just remember putting myself back in college, man, and like all the grants that I got, right? All the grants that these students are getting. Imagine if this one student had $50,000 in grants that he got, and he knew exactly what to do with that money in DeFi and what that could do for that college kid. Like the power of DeFi, guys, you have no idea. Don't be afraid of words that you don't fully grasp and understand, like impermanent loss. Go really understand what impermanent loss really is, and I promise you, you're not going to be that scared of it. Impermanent loss is just a crazy word that hits your, like, you're just immediate thinking loss my XRP. No, but like it's impermanent.
There's ways to mitigate it, you know. There's ways to bring the risk down, which is crazy because that's the exact strategy that financial institutions take. You think that these financial institutions that we're all expecting are going to onboard into the space don't have a risk mitigation strategy? That's their number one priority. So should you. They're going to know that this space inherently brings risk with it. And that's why they're not getting involved right now, because it is too risky. They're sidelined. But that's where we come in. We have the ability to front run the institutions. And that is if you're not taking advantage of that for the first time ever in history. Last market cycle in the stock market and whatnot, that didn't happen. That happened inversely. But now, due to lack of regulation and there not being too many regulations surrounding us as manual retail traders restricting us in this space, obviously, of course, again, assess your risk properly, but take advantage, be smart. You can do research, especially in DeFi, on DEXs if you want to be a liquidity provider that are audited, that have a less likelihood of getting attacked via a bugged smart contract just by looking at the audit or whatever the case may be. Like, there's so many ways to mitigate risk in DeFi. I can't stand people that are like, oh, it's too risky. But you own crypto. Crypto's risky. Be quiet. I can't stand that. Like, come on now. Anyways, so, you know, and another thing that I like is that when people say, oh, don't you think it's going to get regulated? Like, yeah, it's going to get regulated. That's great. That's good. That's positive. It's not going to get regulated out of existence. If that were the case, it would have already happened. If whatever jurisdiction you're in right now, you're allowed to buy crypto and do something with it, to some degree, that's going to maintain in the future. If they didn't want you using crypto, they would have already banned it completely, 100% shut it down.
100%. And I'll tell you guys this as well. Look, just look at past history. The most amount of money made was during the time before it was regulated. Look at alcohol. Look at big tobacco. All the major money that was made was before it was regulated. Cannabis, you know how much money was made out here in these streets before they put regulation and laws down over here, bro? Like, the money is to be made before regulation. Yeah, there's risk in there. You got to walk the risk, but be thankful that you have the awareness of crypto and you have the awareness of us and talking about DeFi today, because you're part of a 1% of a 1% of a 1%. Like, it is so rare to understand DeFi nowadays. People be spitting out. I see on Twitter, be going on Twitter and people be talking about DeFi and they have it in like their sentences. And I'm just like, And I'll go to their page and I'm like, oh, you don't understand DeFi. Because if you were, you would be just as excited as us, unless, I don't know. I feel like there might be some people that are just being quiet about it too, purposely. I don't know.
There's a lot of people in the XRP community that talk about XRP AMMs and liquidity pools and all this stuff, but they're not even, they don't even know the stuff that the community knows, that you could be literally making, I don't know, 60% plus APR by being a liquidity provider in XRP pools right now.
Right now.
Just to add on to what you were saying there, Cypress, in terms of when regulations come in and what you were saying, Aquaman, pre-regulations is the place to be, because I was reading one of the World Bank documents about regulating faster payments, and with faster payments to be able to send cross-border, whether that's inland cross-border, overseas cross-border, you need to be a whitelisted member within their community to be able to send. There's other ways around that to mitigate that, but they're trying to work those out too. So if you're not in DeFi and learn DeFi, you will eventually not be able to do certain things that we're talking about right now.
DeFi is the end goal for a lot of these financial institutions. I mentioned this to you off camera. By the way, David Angel asked, how did they get involved in the Wealth 28 Lounge Club membership? Next week, we're going to drop it to you guys. You guys, if you follow myself, Mr. Aquaman, or Mr. Man on X, you guys will be able to catch the link and whatnot. It's not done yet. We're still building it out behind the scenes. So next week, you guys can expect it. We're in no rush, right? We want to make sure that we're providing you guys with the most value and whatnot, showing you guys how we are building DeFi portfolios, literally going in step by step, showing you all, at least I am being transparent with my portfolio, showing you guys the worth, the value of my portfolio, what pools I'm in, sharing opportunities, doing Zoom calls, breakdowns, answering questions. People right now in the CYPRX Discord, as of right now, I had 2 members reach out to me today, say, dude, can't believe it. You and Mr. Aquaman, I'm making $60 a day right now. This is crazy. Right.
Yeah.
And again,
I've seen that one too.
It's you like, this is not some freaking, I don't care if people get involved or not. Like my goal as an individual human being on this earth is to pump out education and value. And the people that want to pick that up, pick it up. It's there for you. And if you don't, move on. I don't care. The people that care, the people that want to evolve as an independent person and join the team and grow with us, we're here. And if you don't, then we don't have time for you. We're going to keep on moving. You know, that's just the hard, cold truth. But the people that tap in, I'm telling you guys right now, we're only going to grow. You know, we're only going to grow. We're only going to expand. The information is only going to get better. The research is only going to get better. And it's really great to be a part of this technological evolution. Like the fact that we get to experience this and be at the forefront of being a participant of what, 20 million active crypto users in this space right now, and actually being the very small percentage of people that even know the potential, the full potential of these digital assets. Like, imagine holding XRP and not even understanding what an AMM is. You know how many people out there are one of those people? If I just said that and you were like, what is an AMM? You got to research. Why are you even hold XRP if you don't even know what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
You got, like, educate, bro. It's crazy. Mr. Man, I love the research, bro. The fact that you put all that stuff together is nuts.
Yo,
thank you. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning putting that together because you had asked me last night to jump on the show. I'm like, I gotta put this together. I need people to get the visuals. I'm a visual learner, and I know if I can show something like that, it'll help people understand. So the individual who was talking about Corium there, Corium could potentially be a good thing to invest in. And seeing the fact that you have the DEX right on Corium, do note that it connects to Cosmos, and it offers both sides offer the ability to be a liquidity provider. It would definitely could be in your best interest to look into something like that, so your money is making money. For myself as a real estate investor, I have 8 properties. I have 2 Airbnbs, and the rest of them are monthly tenants. So that being said, I have my short-term quick cash flow, I have my long-term monthly cash flow, and should my properties appreciate over time, I have that whenever I sell appreciation. I don't buy properties for appreciation. I buy for cash flow. That's where money is. Money is all about cash flow. So that being said, when I get my money daily and then monthly, what I do is I want my money to make me more money. So I invest that into such said things such as DeFi, liquidity provider, which I'm still learning about as well, because I want my money to make me money. I want to go to sleep, wake up, look at my phone and laugh, because, like you guys said, you have people in the community that are making $60, $100, $1,000, whatever that is. That's money I did not work for. I allowed
100%.
my money the opportunity to work for me.
Facts.
That's how
Nerdy,
that
I sent you in the chat, Nerdy. I sent you a link so you can join the call if you want on your X profile. If you want to join, if you want to jump in.
Yo, Cypress, what about the latest find? You did a video or like a snippet of it of the Velo Finance.
Oh, bro, I was gonna say that because
that was hard, man.
bro, because Mr. Man freaking just pulled up the fact that there's a solo dex, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, the fact that you shared the other day in the chat, like people can't even did you see all the negative comments on Twitter? People talking shit. I'm like, yo,
I was right there.
y'all gotta what this is okay. This is what our population, instead of researching the information that I'm providing, all the negative comments were, oh, isn't it too risky? Oh, why would you go out and provide liquidity? You're gonna get rug pulled, all this stuff. I've talked about that already. Diversify. Y'all you think I'm out here allocating my long-term bag positions to build a DeFi position? No, it's called diversification. Just like Mr. Man was just saying, he's got real estate, he's got other things, he's got other revenue streams. That's called diversification. It's the same thing in crypto. You don't need to touch your long-term bags to get involved in DeFi. Like, I don't understand on people's mindsets. That is crazy, man. But yeah, the Velo Dex, bro, because you know what's even crazier? If you go, I'll show y'all right fucking now. Right now. Right now, I'm gonna show y'all. So check this out. If you go and you just search Velo on Twitter, you just put it in the search bar. Hold on, let me pull up my Twitter real quick. And you're gonna see all the price predictions. It's gonna be like 7,200% price predictions, right?
Buddy, I'm in the Telegram group with Velo, and that's all it is. Just it's going to the moon, $8,000.
It's going to the moon, right?
It is, man.
Okay, cool, right? But what are you gonna do in the meantime while that happens? Oops, I searched it wrong. Hold on, give me a second. Let's see what we got. Price prediction.
Yep.
Price prediction, right? Nobody's price. Look at this, 7,200%. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Who are you? Who are you, bro? What are your credentials to say this? You know, nobody's talking about DeFi, right? Then in the CYPRX research chat, we are trying to show you all the realness. If you literally go, Mr. Aquaman shared this the other day. If you go to the Velo, you go to the Velo homepage on their profile. They're not going to go out and tell you this. They're not going to just go out flat out and be like, oh, hey, yeah, you could go do this right now. But look at what they're talking about at their private meetings. You know, they got the display pulled up. This is Velo Finance. This is a yield farming platform where you can go and you can lend out your Velo and you can provide liquidity to the growth of the ecosystem, to the growth of the Velo ecosystem, and you can earn an APR on that. That's the point of it, right? You're so bullish on Velo, but you don't want to go and help the community grow by providing liquidity. How much sense does that make? You want listen. Let me show y'all something. Let me silence everybody right now that holds utility. You want to know why Ethereum is in the thousands and XDC that has so much more utility than Ethereum? It's faster, the smart contracts are better, has way lower gas fees, has the ability to facilitate and evolutionize trade finance. But you want to know why XDC is 3 cents and Ethereum is what, $3,000 right now or something? I don't know. You want to know why? It's because there's trading activity on the Ethereum network. There are DEXs, there are lending platforms, there are liquid staking platforms, there are yield farming platforms, all on the Ethereum network. I will show you this. If you go and you look at DeFi Llama, you can look at this yourself. You can look at the total value locked on the Ethereum network, on the Ethereum chain. And then you can go and you can look at the amount total value locked on XDC. And this is why XDC is 3 cents, because nobody's trading on the XDC network. If you go look at the DEXs, for example, let's look at Ethereum.
Click chains. Right? If you click chains, you'll get that pie chart too. If you click chains right underneath overview.
Where is it at?
Oh, to the left.
Yeah.
Right underneath. Yeah, or chains. There you go.
All right. So check this out. This is Ethereum, right? This is total value locked across all chains. Okay. And if you go back, we can search independent different chains. So here's Ethereum. There's $52 billion locked on the Ethereum chain right now, on the Ethereum network. Okay, this is in DEXs. Look at all these categories: liquid staking, restaking, lending, DEXs, yield earning, services, liquid staking, and it goes on. Hundreds of platforms. Whereas if you go and you look, if you're a utility bag holder and you're wondering why XDC isn't performing well, you can do this for XRP as well. You can go and look at Ripple. You can go look at HBAR. You can go look at Hedera. You can go look at the total value locked on each chain. It is not a lot of money. Let's pull up XDC. There's like $8 million locked right now on XD. Yeah. This is hysterical. Okay. And then if you go look at the platforms, this is why. Because there's only 5 platforms right now that allow for trading activity in the support of the whole entire trading environment: lending, staking, borrowing, being a liquidity provider for the XDC network. Nobody's providing liquidity.
Nobody. 99% of XDC holders are not aware of this information. They're not. I'm sorry, just not. If you are now.
You know, and this is the information. Remember, I told you guys, this is what we're trying to do for the community here at CYPRX. We're not trying to freaking smoke and mirror y'all. Like, this stuff is all transparent.
So transparent. When you get into the university, you're going to be like, holy smokes. Like, thank you so much. Like, yeah, I mean, this couldn't get any more blatant. I mean, I feel like them posting that picture too on their Twitter, they're like, yeah, just post it. They're not gonna know what that is.
The thing is just like crypto is not for everybody, DeFi is not going to be for everybody. It takes a different type of person to branch out of your comfort zone, to expand your knowledge and your awareness and have a high teachability index. And if you are the type of person, then guess what? That's why we're creating a community for you all to come and learn this stuff with us, you know, with us, grow with us, expand with us, and experience this technological innovation with us. And if not, you're going to start to see, once you come in, you're going to be like, wow. And the thing is, okay, imagine there's stages, there's levels to this stuff, guys. Let me blow your freaking mind. So imagine yourself before you got into crypto, right? Maybe you were stuck in the traditional way of investing. All you knew was, okay, I got to work more hours to make more money. Then you figured out about crypto. Maybe you did experience a little bit of the bull market cycle last time, and you were like, dang, you could really like invest and grow your wealth crazily with crypto. Then you started researching crypto and the digital transformation and how the financial system's changing. And you had an aha moment, right? Okay. Now, if you get into DeFi, you're going to have another aha moment. In crypto, you're already in crypto. You start getting into DeFi, you're gonna be like, holy crap, financial institutions are 110% about to take advantage of this. And I'm not making this up. Go watch some of these panel discussions that we share in the CYPRX private Discord. There's hundreds of them. The research team is on point. Literally hundreds of them. And you can prove to yourself that major financial institutions, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, freaking Citibank, they're all talking about this stuff. They're all talking about decentralized finance, all of them.
And dude, this is how I look at it too. I just wanted to say this. We just looked at how much money was on Ethereum, like $58 billion. I call that 58 billion smart money dollars, because that's money right there that knows that they can get a return on that money, on those assets. So that's, you know, you can sit there with your $2,000 in your cold wallet and talk about, I don't want impermanent loss, I'm scared. Well, guess what? As you went to sleep, there was 52 billion just on Ethereum alone of smart money that was making money while you were sleeping, that you could have been taking advantage of as well. But you are choosing fear instead of enlightenment. And enlightenment is just, all you got to do is apply yourself. It's such a better option. It really is.
Bro, you know what you put me on, Mr. Aquaman? You know what you put me on, bro? You showed me the other day that you can go and look at the different wallets that have liquidity provided to the DeFi ecosystem.
Yeah.
This dude shows me the other day that the top wallet, the number one wallet that's providing the most money to what you can't look at what platform they're providing it to, but you can see how much liquidity they're providing to the DeFi ecosystem. $1.2 billion they're providing to the DeFi ecosystem. You think that that's a retail trader?
No.
That is some large asset manager or financial institution out there that is providing liquidity to the DeFi ecosystem, and they're making $225 million a freaking day.
Daily.
A day, bro.
I'll add
money.
I'll add some companies who are offering staking for Hedera. Okay, this is only Hedera. This is not including any other network. Okay, LG, FIS, Google, Boeing, Tata, DL Piper, Dutch Telecom, which is T-Mobile, Standard Bank, Chainlink Labs. These are just DBS, Ubisoft, ServiceNow, Dell, Hitachi, and BitGo. That's only on Hedera. That's not including any other network. And you have 10% staking for A0 on Nova. You have almost 10% on Casper. You like these percentages are stupid. You're never gonna get this from any commercial institution ever.
Never. You're never going to get it. And as a matter of fact, you know, someone asked too about cryptonomy. Cryptonomy, I've been onto cryptonomy like even before I started really understanding DeFi. And I'll be honest with you, cryptonomy, if you really take a look at cryptonomy and what they're doing over there, all they're doing is taking your money and making it somewhere else that's within the DeFi space and then giving you a small piece of that pie. Cryptonomy, as a matter of fact, I took all my assets off of cryptonomy and I deployed it into the DeFi that I know, that I'm aware of, that I understand, and I'm making the real money. But cryptonomy ain't nothing but the new type of bank that says, hey, bring your money over here. I'll give you 20%, 30%, bring it over here. And then they're taking it and getting 200, 300, 400 north of that. You know what I mean? Some cases.
It's not hard to, like a lot of people call DeFi a scam because you're making APR, which is relatively high compared to what people are used to. Keep in mind, you know, you got to understand that, again, revolting back to what I said is that people are naturally fearful of that of which they don't know. And so if we've been comfortable our entire lives, let's say, for example, you're a 30-year-old individual who your entire life, you've been getting 0.005% or 0.1% APR on your investment, and then you can come and get 60% on lending your liquidity to a stablecoin pair. That's like, oh, skeptical red flag to you. But you have to understand that 95% of transactions in this digital asset ecosystem right now are due to trading activity. And if you're going to go and be a liquidity provider, you're providing liquidity for said trading pairs. For example, in order for people in the crypto space right now, DeFi has to exist because there has to be liquidity for these people to make transactions. And when people make transactions, these exchanges, these DEXs, or whatever platform they're making the transactions on, they charge a fee. And you, being a liquidity provider, providing liquidity for that transaction, earn a portion of that fee. When you understand that math, you stop thinking skeptically about the DeFi ecosystem and you start understanding, like, damn, actually, the more people that get involved in DeFi, the better off and the more that this space as a whole will grow because the more liquidity will come in.
100.
And that's and what you don't understand is that the financial institutions in previous market cycles, the infrastructure was not ready for institutions to onboard. If institutions put even 1% of their assets under management into the space in previous market cycles, the whole system would have collapsed. Well,
100.
now that's different. Now the infrastructure is ready to handle large volumes via these financial institutions. And they're all on the precipice of adopting DeFi strategies, right? They're wanting to provide liquidity to this new ecosystem so that it grows. There are some restrictions still in place stopping that right now, but that is all about the change. That is all about the change. And each and every single person listening right now has a piece of that pie. You just have to be able to find great research, which is, again, why we're creating the university, so we can show you all how we're doing it. And then hopefully, once you see the light, it then inspires you to branch off and go and continue your journey and continue to do your research.
And stay tapped in too. Stay tapped into the university and to this network of people, because look, everyone that's on this team, we're all winners, man, from all different places on this planet. And with that being said, staying in tapped in and in tune with Club 28, you're going to be ahead of the bunch, man, because you're going to be aware of certain things that pop up. I mean, there's certain things that I've learned from being in this network that you can as well. Like, you can bring stuff to the table. You don't have to bring anything to the table. You can just pay your way in and just sit at the table and feast, you know what I mean, for free. You don't even have to put no food on the table. We're putting the food on the table, but if you want to put some food on the table, go ahead. But you know what I mean? Like, this is, man, when you come in and you see the power of DeFi, it pays for itself, man. And you're going to want to stay tapped in, because you're going to be like, man, you know what I mean? So
did I interrupt you? Hopefully I didn't. But
you're
the way
good,
I
you're
see
good.
okay, your net worth is your network, ultimately. So I had learned that in real life when I started learning about real estate, and then I started going to real estate conferences and real estate networking conferences. And then the minute I started meeting people and talking to people at these conferences, like this university here that's being set up, that's when my education grew even faster, aside from the mentor as well, because now I had people to invest with. I had people running alongside me, helping me, feeding me knowledge, feeding me information, things that they had gone through, places they'd been, things they had seen, things I had not been through yet myself, because now I had experience to tap into. And
It
that's how
motivates you. It pushes you forward, bro. It's like you're bouncing ideas off of each other. That's what I talk about a lot. Is like now is the time to be networking, because we're in such a small percentage of the population, right? 520 million users in the digital asset space. The relationships that you build now are going to be the relationships that last when we're veterans in this space and we're 10, 15 years in, and we're still getting new people, because this space is going to be ever evolving.
100%.
Another thing that you just mentioned about real estate, you know, what's crazy is somebody's in the CYPRX community right now that's a multi-million-dollar. Well, I wouldn't say multi. I think he mentioned selling $2 million or something like that in 1 year of real estate, and he's now on the cusp of transitioning all his wealth into DeFi, because he's like, bro, I'm into real estate. I got properties. This is bullcrap. You know, he's like,
as you're saying
I
that,
mean,
my wife and I are actually in the process of selling one of our properties so we can put this into DeFi. We want our money to work for ourselves faster. I'm not walking away from real estate, just this property isn't performing as well as it could in our portfolio. So now we're going to offload this and have a large sum to put into it.
hey, did you look? What you're also going to get out of Club 28 as well is there's a whole real estate side that's being implemented into DeFi. You could take advantage of it right now. Hold on. I'm trying to find the website right now. I think I sent it to you, Cypress. I don't know if you remember, but hold on. Let me see if I can find it. But this is crazy. I got to show you guys this. We could probably speak about it. Hold on. Let me just find it here.
Can I add something real quick? I just want to add something
yeah,
real quick.
Nerdy, go ahead, bro.
What's up?
I think I was reading something where it said Lloyd's of London is poised up to be the largest landlord. So they'll be the ones buying up all the properties when everyone defaults. That's crazy.
Lloyd's of London. Never heard of them, man. That's wild.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of them, Lloyd's of London, bro. With all the research that you do, Mr. Man.
So it's lofty.ai. If you want to bring that up.
Yep, Lofty's legit.
On the Algorand chain, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I found the algo liquidity pool the other day. I was tripping because I got a lot of algo, and I was like, "Dang, bro, what?"
Yeah.
Also,
look into algo because it's quantum resistant.
Yeah.
Look into Proppy as well. They're also a real estate company.
They also have a carbon credit market.
Dude, that's another thing I think is going to be really exponential in the future, trading carbon credits and whatnot. Definitely want to get into that, use the trading experience and knowledge that I have along with Institutional Scalper in the private Discord, and collab with him to figure out how we can effectively and efficiently migrate through these carbon credit markets. Because, dude, I've been looking at some of the rap sheets with these large organizations and how they're trading carbon credits right now, and it's crazy.
Yeah. And, so the way I was watching an example, a showcase, how Algorand was showing what you're talking about, Aqua, and basically the market it turns so you can see charities, basically like charities and anything you want to donate to would become under a carbon credit situation, to where you're gaining, you're providing, you're donating to a charity, but you're also, just like how you would get tax deductions, you're also getting a carbon credit deduction as well. So a lot of companies in the future, they will invest into, massive acres of forest just for that benefit, just for that tax deduction, that carbon credit tax deduction. It's pretty crazy.
I was saying something, I don't remember if it was Hedera, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember the organization off the top of my head, but they're buying chunks of the Amazon forest so that they can
That's cello.
so that they can tokenize the the freaking the emissions and whatnot. Like, it's crazy what's happening right now, bro. It's like, what you mean to tell me that you're gonna go and buy lots of trees to charge people for their CO2 and whatnot because of the CO2? Like, bro, it's nuts what's happening, right? It's crazy. I don't even know how to explain. There's so much. There's so much.
Ultimately, what it is, it's just new ways to make money. And if people aren't capitalizing on this, then you're just your money's not working for you.
Yeah, the digital digital transformation. What do y'all think is going to happen this year with Mika? You think anything crazy is going to happen? Purge. What do you think?
I'm expecting regulations and downfalls. So the downfall of the old world and a whole bunch of these defaults. All this money that we printed, it's like there has to be consequences. I believe
for sure.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, once Mika drops and money starts flowing, like real legit value starts flowing into this new ecosystem due to Mika because of stablecoin usage, I can see a huge outflow from the old world, as you were talking about, Nerdy, there, just an influx into this new world to continue further building even faster at that point now. So I'm sure most of the world feels how fast things are going. Like, we're half of the year, 2024 already. I swear January was just last night.
For reals. And the year we're gonna be in 2030 like this, man. So making moves now and planning for 2030 is money to do that now. You know what I mean?
It'd be so crazy, bro. 2030. Oh my gosh, man. People aren't even ready.
It's gonna be nuts. It's actually 28. It's 28 or 27 because
27, bro. Say it. You said it right. 27 stamped. Is it going to be a crazy? Actually, as a matter of fact, Anthony just shared a crazy document about 2027 in the chat.
Yeah.
I was about to say so. Oh, I was talking about regulations, potential purge, dude. Have you seen what's going on right now? Okay, so like a lot of people think that meme coins are going to go away in the next cycle. I actually think the inverse. Freaking one of the CYPRX researchers shared a video of a financial institution openly admitting that they are testing crypto technology using meme coins right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and then if you go look on the internet space, what's Elon Musk talking about right now on his Twitter? Talking about meme coins about to explode and all kinds of stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that? And I'm not saying that they are. I'm just saying I don't think they're going to go away this next cycle. I think it's going to be another couple cycles before they disappear.
I don't think they're going to disappear. The reason I say that is I've seen a couple conferences where they say to onboard the next like 1.4 billion people, that's going to be done through Web3 video games, man. A lot of video games. Like you've seen the previews of the GTA 6 coming out now. Meme coins all through there, man.
Yeah, 100. That's a fact. I think also too the financial institutions understand that they need to pertain to the client needs and wants, and clients want meme coins. Like that is a very big retail driver, and so they're not going to get rid of it to some degree. Yes, there's going to be some assets that go away. Don't get me wrong, but I think there is going to be a handful of tradable meme coins in the future. I have my personal take on which ones those are going to be, but again, that's for the CYPRX private community.
That's real. Because these new chains too that are popping up that are real active, man.
Bro, base chain, what? Base chain is insane right now.
Base chain, optimism chain, man. Those are my two. Like, woo, let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts what's going on. Outside of that, anybody else that's listening on the call, 566 people, we appreciate you guys for coming out. I don't really have too much else to say. There's been a lot of people asking about the Wealth 28 Club, how to join and whatnot. Don't forget myself, Mr. Aquaman. We're attempting to get Mr. Man's a researcher. We're attempting to get him on board, possibly host some Zoom calls for the community and whatnot throughout the week. We'll see how that goes. But we'll be announcing all that stuff on the X pages and on YouTube. Towards the end of May, you guys will be able to join the community and get into the DeFi University. Lots of education, lots of information, hours of research, hours of video content, documents, PDFs, fundamentals, tools, links, all in the Discord chat, all in the DeFi University. It's going to be cool. Outside of that, you guys, I'm solid. If you guys have anything else to bring to the table, I know that Nerdy kind of dropped in a little bit late, but thanks, Nerdy, for showing up. That was cool. Outside of that, you guys, anything else to say to these lovely individuals listening?
Yes, the last thing I want to say is keep in mind what we're here to do. The saying behind digital currencies and cryptocurrencies, become your own bank. To become your own bank, you have to do what these banks are doing. In the beginning of this segment that we were discussing here, I've shown you guys how the faster payments and how the central banks are connected to utilize these DeFi protocols and how they're making money as the back end. They're paying fee to utilize these bridging mechanisms and other blockchains. These banks are making money to move money. If you're going to be your own bank, tap into what they're doing. That's what these gentlemen are offering here.
I will say one thing before we leave is we're whatever we're going through in the world today will be historical, not way beyond what 33 was, way beyond what 33 was. This is 33 on steroids. So this is Great Depression on steroids, like beyond belief. The reason why is because you have a commercial real estate collapse, you have a population crisis, you have a liquidity crisis, you have a debt default crisis, right? You have all these factors that are playing play. Then you have the dollar hegemony that is being challenged. You have all this stuff that's going on within our own nation, and all this other geopolitical stuff that's going on around the world, right? All these catalysts are going to lead to a point in time where perhaps maybe a clearinghouse pandemic or a clearinghouse collapse or something in that sense, that because we printed trillions and trillions of dollars within such a short amount span of time, right? We printed 100+ years of money within months. Okay, what's going to happen is we're probably most likely going to go into a moment in just like 33, there was a recovery where anyone who invested into assets or were holding something, they recovered instantly, but the other people who weren't, no one ever really recovered from that. And that's exactly what's going to happen today. All I say is be smart, make smart decisions. This opportunity only comes once in a few generations. That's why they call it a fort turning. And don't waste it. Do not waste this.
Yeah, don't waste it, bro. I think it's crazy too, the level of exponential growth that we're set to experience in such a short period of time via the transformation of technology. Like every single technology transformation, the technology super cycle gets smaller and smaller because technology advances at a faster and more rapid pace. And so it's like the things that are going to happen between now and 2030, it's going to seem like 50 to 100 years of technological innovation in that short, compact period of time. So like how I mentioned, when you got into crypto, you had an aha moment. Okay, cool. But are you going to stop there? No, because the technology does not stop there. You have to continue to innovate and educate, or you're going to fall behind. You're going to think that crypto is where you need to be up to date, when in reality, crypto's like 5 years ago, for real, for real. If you're only into crypto and that's where your door stops, like you're not going into other doors, you're behind. You're behind. Like crypto is not, it's cool. I get it. And it's still a fad, but like you got to get into AI. You got to get into digital identities. You got to get into carbon credits. You got to get into all these other niches in order to stay adaptable. Because if not, you're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off, and it's because of the technological super cycle that we're in. And DeFi plays a big role in that, because that's what these digital assets were built for. At the end of the day, obviously, of course, not 100%, but a big part of the crypto ecosystem in the Web3 world is going to be decentralized finance.
Yep.
100%. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'm getting a call right now, and I was like trying to reject it here. Yeah, I mean, I feel like just being a part of Club 28, you are going to get curated information about how to be in DeFi properly. There's just so much miscommunication. There's not much information out there, and then the information that is out there, that it's not even being properly explained or presented. So what me and Cypress have done is literally put DeFi in layman's terms. And when you come in, you're going to really take a look around and, start going through the courses. It's going to click for you pretty quickly if you're a witty person and involved in crypto already. And you're going to just absolutely see the value immediately, because once you start putting your first dollar deployed into DeFi, you start making money right then and there. You'll go back and you're like, oh, I'm already earning right now. So it's a magical time to get involved with us. come be a part of a special group of people that I feel like the only place we're going is up from here. So that's all I got to say. Much love to everybody who's tapped in today. I really appreciate everybody. So yeah.
Yeah, I think what else is cool about DeFi, this is the last thing I'll say, is that there's so many different opportunities. Like, you don't just have to be a liquidity provider. You could be a liquid staker. You could be, there's just, I'm not going to get into all the opportunities right now, but there's a lot. It's not just one thing. You know, there's different strategies that you can partake to mitigate your risk, right? If you're worried about impermanent loss, well, there's ways to operate in the DeFi ecosystem where you don't even have to worry about impermanent loss, because that's not even something on the rap sheet, right? And so that's something that Mr. Aquaman was talking about a second ago, is like, people hear these big terminologies, they don't understand them, and they shy away from them. Don't be that type of person. We're in the age of information. Let's all embrace information and technological transformation together and grow. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this community to enlighten individuals. We brought Nerdy on. I know that he's not, endeavorly part of CYPRX, but still, he's one of those researchers out there that's just in an attempt to enlighten people. He doesn't put out any hopium or whatnot. He's just simply trying to provide education and boost connectivity and networktivity in this space. Because again, we're part of a very small percentage of the population. So anyways, blessings. Thank you guys for being here. If you gentlemen want to stay on afterwards, that'd be cool. I'll talk to you guys offline. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now.
Nice. Peace.